Hello happy gardeners, welcome back to Stinky Ditch Nursery. We got Katie on camera, the long-suffering Katie. Say hello, Katie.
Hello.
I've been off to the land of Oz for the last few months, trotting down the Yellow Brick Road. Kansas went bye-bye, but anyway, I've come back. And I can now have a look at what survived. I planted loads of stuff for hanging baskets. Didn't do too well. The dark side took over. However, one thing that's in flower at the moment, and I have been posting a lot of them, pictures of the flowers on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram at the moment, are aquilegia. Now, aquilegia are such a no-hassle plant that you can grow even if you drift in and out of reality every now and again. So, Katie, if you'd like to spin in, we have got here some aquilegia seedlings. Now, I did a little video about sowing the seeds of these, and I sowed these in 11th of 21, so that was November last year. They like a bit of cold. The seeds like to have a little bit of a frosted period. They don't necessarily have to have it. You can get them germinating without it, but you'll get a higher germination rate. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop those up into some little pots and grow on, and they will be flowering next year. And as you can see from the pictures that I've been putting on Facebook and Instagram, the variety of flower is astonishing from these plants. It really is. If you've never grown them before and you want a very low maintenance bit of colour in your garden, April, May, these are your ones. They really are. They self-seed, they're easy to manage, but they're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be potting them up in some small pots. You don't want to put them in too bigger pots because the water will only be drunk in the middle by the plants and the bit around the outside will stay wet. So you want to put them in small pots when they're seedlings like this. Remember, these are going to be something that we're going growing on, planting out later in the summer, but they're going to be something that will be flowering this time next year. Also, I need a potting medium. For this, I am using a mixture of my own. This underneath bit here is topsoil and gritty sand that I've mixed together. And this top bit here is some compost, homemade compost that I've made. I did a little video about that earlier. I'll probably put it online later. And I've given it a bit of a sieve with a sieve that's quite fine because we're still dealing with very fine roots on these plants, so we want good contact with roots. So I'm going to mix all this together lovely like that. What are we having for tea tonight, Katie? I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
What have we got left? Oh, we've got half a chicken, haven't we? Yeah, there we go. Okay, right, so I've mixed that together nicely like this. I'm going to get my pot. I'm going to sort of fill it up a little bit like that. I'm going to put on my glasses that I've repaired myself with a bit of electrical tape, but there we are. And I'm going to lever out some of these plants. Now, Katie, if you can spin in, you can see that they've all grown quite closely together. I wasn't very good about it, but there we are, they have survived. So I'm going to get the fork right underneath there like that. I'm going to lift up this little group of them there, like that. There we are. I'm going to pull that over here. And then ever so gently, I'm going to start splitting this apart with my hand. And you do this so gently. You don't want to be damaging these roots too much. And if you are touching anything, you do not want to be touching the stems. The stems of the plants, if they break, you're a goner. But if you just do it like that. And see, I've got a little plant there. I'm going to make a little hole in here. I'm going to pop him in like that. See those roots? Isn't that lovely? I'm going to top him up. So we've got a bit of food in here from the compost. We've got a bit of drainage from the sand, and we've got a bit of sort of substance from the topsoil that's in there. I'll just do another one. So here we are. Get your pot. Obviously, use clean pots. Don't use filthy pots like me. And then you just pull off another tiny little seedling, ever so gently like this. There we go. I've actually got two there. In fact, I think that's I've got two little babies there. And even if they're that small like that, just make a little hole, get the root in there. And then just give it a little bit of a top up around the edge, tap it down like that, and just one more just to finish off the pile. And there we are. I'm going to hold it from the leaf, because if the leaf breaks it doesn't matter. I've got some root on there, it will be alright. Just drop it in there like that, ever so gently, and you're trying to touch the plant as little as possible. And do all this with and there we go. Now I'm going to give those a bit of a water, so we'll pop those on the ground. I'll just show you how to water one of them. We're going to give it a thorough soaking. This helps the leaves. This helps the roots to find their sort of way in the soil itself. There we go. I'll give them a top up like that, and we'll let that drain through. That will drain through nicely because we've got a nice bit of sand in our mix there. Now I'm going to leave those in an unheated greenhouse, but you could leave them outside. We're at the end of May in the UK here. They are hardy plants though, you can grow them all year round. But just so they don't shock themselves through going outside too quickly, I'm going to grow them on for a little bit, and then we're going to be planting those out later in the year. They're the sort of thing you can put in your garden and just forget about, and they'll sort themselves out for year after year after year. It's been Robbie Phoenix down at Stinky Ditch Nursery with Katie on camera, coming back from the dark side and getting on with a bit of gardening. Thank you for watching.